And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk. The guys talking more sports.
Definitely true. All right, welcome back to Shock Jock Saturday Morning Sports Talk. We're going to do the NCAA basketball tournament. We're going to vote. Is this the best free throw distraction of all time? I'm going to let Terry and Tom weigh in on this one. Ball don't lie, Terry. Ball don't lie. Tom, you want to describe what's going on this for the folks on the radio?
It looks like a male is giving birth in 2025.
To a fully clothed another male.
Just doing that.
Hey, look at the head of hair on that.
To an older adolescent. Look at the clothing. Look at the clothing
Right,
on that
couldn't
kid.
even at least maybe took his shoes and shirt off. With something. We're gonna nitpick. Maybe put a girl, like Tom just said.
I would have been curious if they would
put
try
a woman back there, not a guy in a headband.
I would have been curious if they tried to cut the umbilical cord.
Right. I'm trying to figure out what school this is. And it says Generals, whatever that is. Can't be good. Well, there you go. Terry. The Red Regiment, Raiders, something Generals. What is that? It's got to be like a Division III school or something like that. One of these tournaments. But anyway, it's tournament time, and we do have some special, sound from last week, Tom. If you want to listen to some of that,
Special sound.
Sound bits from last week's show.
Creighton.
We're going to start with Terry here. We're going to talk about Creighton for a minute. All right, Terry, you want to explain anything before I hit play on this?
They played with them the first half.
All right, if you missed the show last week, I'm just going to play a little bit, jump around here, of Terry.
There's no way this could have happened. Here's my deal, and when you want to talk about the Big East, Creighton, you saying should be there? Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you, Creighton's going to beat Auburn today, so there's one.
No, they're not.
Oh, yeah. They'll beat them to death.
Okay, now I'm getting out my betting app.
St. John's against Arkansas.
St. John's has had a very good year.
Yeah,
yes.
St. John's is very good.
Yeah.
Can they go on? I mean, you start looking at the
St. John's will make a decent run, but they don't have the consistent offensive firepower. Rick Pitino has turned that team into an elite defensive team.
Explain the the Big Ten seeding.
Yeah,
so skip up above that for a sec. So there's Terry and Creighton.
I'd love for Caleb Love to put Duke. that'd be pretty good.
That'd work out for him.
He tried.
I worry, and this I worry that this might be an alarmist.
Is he in the same bracket, or is he
they're in the same bracket. If both of them win, they play each other.
Oh, just the next.
The next.
There you go.
So we did get to see that. Terry did put up a good.
He did. He had
35 points.
35. Yeah, I
did his part.
And the Duke Duke Twitter feed tweeted out when Caleb Love retired.
Yeah. I saw
that they retired Caleb Love, and I'm like, he had 35.
Yeah. Some of it was like this. Goodbye, buddy.
Guys, I want to explain something to you, Duke fans. No one cares. They really don't. No one cares Arizona lost to you. Nobody cares John Shire beat to you. I told you I don't care if Carolina never wins another game to Duke. It doesn't matter. They won the only game that ever mattered in the history of the program. I've seen them win 4 national championships, and they knocked Coach K out in the Final Four. Nothing else for you ever to go. Tar Heel fans, pick another team. Pull for Gardner Webb. Do something. You have nothing else to pull for. It's over. Who cares? Who cares if Caleb Love got beat? He scored 35 points. Tar Heel fans should, because you guys run him out of town. Just like, Cadeau just announced his transfer this week. I don't know why he's returning, but he did. He has a no contact on his. So, Chip, you got any speculation on where that might be? Having no contact. I'll let you think about that a minute. See if you find something on that. But I've got a little bit more on Creighton. We got to hear from Terry.
Getting off their football revenue.
This him talking about how the ACC
talked about this so much, and
dominant
his incredibly stupid comment just made me play a parlay, and I laid the 9.5 points.
Chip was talking. He
Not only did I
He's
gave
not
the
referring to my
points.
stupid comments.
I gave the points. I'm like, let's go ahead and win some money here. Whatever whenever Terry says destroyed or something of that nature.
Creighton's gonna annihilate.
So do you want
today.
Now, Terry, in the
do you
same
want to make
sentence-
do you want to make
Wait a
another?
minute.
Do you
In the
want
same
to,
sentence, he
this
said he
is
didn't
so
have a
dumb.
gambling problem, and then he said he just bet in the middle of talking
we-
on the TV show.
In the midst of a show. In the midst of the show.
I don't have a gambling problem.
Tom, step one is admitting that there's an issue.
I don't have a gambling problem.
At 8:15, you got to get that bet in.
I just want to
He's
know.
itching.
I just want to know why you think that Creighton will destroy Auburn. Why?
Why do you think that Auburn? Why does everybody that comes in this room think Auburn's so great?
They played in a tough conference all year. They're good.
They've won 2 games since Terry said that.
Okay, they're good, but you got Broome. It's going to be equally matched against the big guy from Creighton. Creighton's got 7'3", and he can play. He's been there he beat State 3 years ago.
Auburn-
because State couldn't stop him.
Auburn's more than one player. They're not.
know.
This isn't Purdue with Zach Edey.
Have you
okay?
seen Creighton
So
play?
because 3 years ago NC State couldn't beat them, they're going to beat Auburn today.
Whatever 3 that Auburn can do, they better muscle them to death. That's the only way, because you're not going to beat them from the 3-point line.
No, they
Creighton's a
didn't.
better 3-point team than
are.
Auburn is.
They are.
So JP's on his betting app too.
I mean,
All right. Done.
Okay.
Done. Done. And
Not
then
only-
the pick-
They can
and
do-
then the
you
picks.
can do whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Terry, that's a very good point. And thank you for approving of everything.
Well,
All right, Terry, you want to bet on some games, Terry?
Yeah,
I
we'll
guess he
bet.
wants to bet on some games. I don't know how you.
I'm taking Creighton.
We're
I
very
am
well
taking-
aware of that.
I'm taking Auburn.
That wasn't the only one.
All right, we're gonna start at the top. So Auburn and Creighton, 7 p.m. today. Chip.
Creighton rolls.
Chip.
Thank you, Terry. Give me Auburn.
Auburn.
You're going Auburn.
That's
Yes.
all right. That's all
Okay,
right.
that's
It all
where
comes
y'all
back.
fall.
Auburn ain't winning
appreciate
this thing. I'm telling you.
Warning.
Nobody said that. Andre even said that. I even
That's
showed him.
all
I
I'm
showed him
saying.
that clip. I was like, look at Terry this weekend.
That's all right.
And he said, "Oh, Auburn ain't gonna win it." I said, "Nobody said that." But
You said you picked.
you jumped so hard on Creighton, like
Yeah.
a Dallas Cowboy fan when
That-
they sign
they-
a free agent.
Creighton played with them the whole first half, just couldn't hit threes in the second. That's what got them.
Oh,
you
God.
picked Gonzaga to defeat Houston.
Well, Terry, where's the list? I want to know your
that
record.
was close.
Okay,
It was
That
close.
was real
Terry,
close.
what was your record last week? I want to know.
I was last. yeah,
I was watching
was.
this video.
Didn't you pick McNeese to beat Purdue?
He picked
I
that.
did.
You picked McNeese. Look, I'm telling you, look at that list. He picked all the wrong ones.
well, I had a winning record.
He did pick BYU. He
No,
did pick
I
BYU.
had a winning
I-
record.
he had a lot. It was
You
so,
and
I was,
Tom.
I was watching that video.
You and Tom.
I was like, oh my god.
I did too.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
and Tom finished first. Kevin and Tom finished first. Chip was 1 game behind, and then I was like 2 behind Chip.
I haven't watched a
But
single
we all
whole
had a winning
basketball
record.
game this year, and got the most points there, Terry. And you, I was just.
But
watching.
I mean, you
This
got to
is-
pick up
Terry-
sets.
Terry's like, I
Y'all
got this
didn't.
team. I
Y'all
got
went
this team.
straight
I got
Hey,
this team.
not
across
this
the
year.
board.
Not this year.
You know.
Don't pick upsets this year. Look at
Oh,
the
I
look.
know.
Look at the.
I know. That's what
it's
I'm
1-2,
saying.
1-2, 1-2,
Yeah,
1-3.
I agree.
I mean, it is straight chalk on
Straight
those.
all
And if
the way.
Patino's team beats Calipari, it could have very easily been 1-2s across
Yeah.
the board.